Hey guys, this is Decimal Gary for IGN.com, and I'm here with Sam.
What's up, everybody?
And we're analyzing the Halo 4 concept art trailer. Now, to kick things off, we're greeted by this beautiful planet right at the beginning of the trailer. We have no idea what the heck this thing is.
And you know why we don't know why it is because at the end of Halo 3, we did see a planet that Master Chief was arriving at, but it was nighttime and there's lots of lights on it. But you can see this is probably a populated planet, right? It has an atmosphere, it has water, and it has some giant, crazy superstructures on it.
Well, actually, at the end of Halo 3, all we see is a planet, and then it lights up and we get that blue glow that we see a lot throughout this trailer. And this one, yes, it does look like it can sustain life and that there is some atmosphere going on there. You mentioned the circular structures on it also.
Yeah, huge. So this is a giant superstructure in space, much like maybe a Halo, but this one, it looks more like a Dyson sphere, which is kind of what the concept of the Halos were based on. It's a big space structure built around a star that, the star powers the entire thing. It's essentially capturing all the power of the star. So this looks like maybe it's just a giant sphere that's sucking in garbage and detritus in space.
Yeah, and we're assuming that it's sucking in the Forward Unto Dawn in this clip. And
yes, we've seen Forward Unto Dawn, which is the last place Chief's known whereabouts were on, right? I mean, that's where he was at the end of Halo 3, and that's where we've seen him in other trailers. So he's probably there on that ship.
And here it is, it's on fire, which lends to my theory that there is oxygen in this area of the game, or that just everything's on fire inside the ship. In the Halo 4 teaser, though, he's being attacked. So what's going on there? Who knows? He's being sucked in at this point.
Something's damaged the ship.
Okay, now this is really interesting. In the upper right-hand corner, we see a star-type image. And if we bring up images from Halo 3, the Forward Unto Dawn also has
You're talking about
that
this insignia
same image.
here, right?
The insignia, yes, in the upper right-hand corner.
So this is a UNSC ship, and it's not Forward Unto Dawn.
No, I do not believe it is because it looks functional. It looks fully intact, unlike the Forward Unto Dawn, which is beat to hell. And there's actually an active turret on this one. And if we go forward just a little bit, we can see that there are other ships that we've never seen anywhere before flying in the background.
Yeah, these triangular ships leaving contrails around the larger ship.
Now right here, if you freeze it, in the lower left-hand corner, we see Master Chief standing there. We assume it's Master Chief anyway.
And it's on a planet, right? You can see the greenery, or maybe a giant structure. But this ship that he's looking at is landed. It's a human ship. It has human writing. But again, it's not the Forward Unto Dawn.
We thought this was the Forward Unto Dawn, but all we see up here in the upper right is number 803. The Forward Unto Dawn is FG-201, so we do not think that this is Forward Unto Dawn. And it looks like he's going into it. Why would he be going into his crashed ship?
Yeah,
who knows?
So this just proves that there's going to be a lot of other humans around at some point in this game. So this structure, not human, right? I think we can agree on that. This looks like a big Forerunner type structure. It has a that sleek, metallic, tall, majestic look of the Forerunners, which are the race of aliens that were precursors to humans in this game by millennia.
That the Covenant worship.
Yeah, and they built the Halos.
Okay, so there we have a strange cave with water running into it, and we see some birds having a good time.
Yeah, so this place is very much alive still, right? We haven't seen any other humanoid creatures or aliens or anything, but there's some kind of live wildlife here. So maybe there'll be something to shoot after all.
Now, I'm really curious, what the heck is going on Master Chief's back? Are those new weapons? Is that a bow? I haven't seen any weapon that looks similar to that.
Maybe a Boba Fett jetpack, right?
Exactly, that'd be great. Right here, there's a floating structure of some sort, and I don't know what the heck this is. Yeah,
so this is cool because this looks like a run-down old structure surrounded by rock, and it's built into the actual environs of this planet. It doesn't look like anything we've seen before.
No, like it's very metallic here, and then it goes organic here on the right. It looks like it almost is built into a tree or something. It's very strange.
Looks like it maybe splits off in roots, or but it looks like it's almost been ossified, like rock or a glacier has moved over, like it's been there a long time. This, on the other hand, looks much more popular, or much more contemporary, right? It looks like it's been upkept. It looks like in good shape, and there's like floating, suspended pieces of giant structure in the air. How did that happen?
Yeah, who knows? They're just floating there randomly. And if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you can actually see what I'm guessing are Huragox, or engineers from the books, and they are seen in ODST.
You shoot them, or you don't shoot them.
You shoot them or don't shoot them, but in the books they are extremely intelligent. They can take apart a car and put it back together. They're really good with computers, and they were created by the Forerunners. So if this is a Forerunner structure, it does make sense that they're here.
Yeah, and you notice there's a large circular ridge in the background there. This could be one of those giant things you see from space in that very first shot of the planet. So this
purple.
is lots
That's
of purple
the first thing
here.
you notice.
Yeah, you know, and like when we think purple, we think Covenant, but this looks also like a Forerunner structure, but it looks like it's well maintained. It looks like there's power running through it. There's a couple lit up areas, and then once again in the background, you kind of see a little fleet of blurry ships in the kind of the center moving to the left as the
Or
video
debris,
progresses.
maybe ships. We don't really know.
And beyond that, you can just see it's all almost looks like a membrane or like some kind of like, you know, background. It could be the inside of the sphere from the opening scene.
Yeah, that's true. Here's another one, and one thing you notice, there's power.
Yep.
There is power running through this whole structure, so somehow that's happening.
Also strangely familiar, right? I mean, it looks like the elements of the Halo that weren't natural, you know, that you're on. It looks like Forerunner.
Yeah, and the etchings on the side of the large structure in the middle of the screen.
All familiar.
Yeah, very familiar. Now here, you thought this might be a ship.
Yeah, I think it could be a landed ship. It just doesn't look like, you know, a towering you know, structure that's built there forever. It kind of looks like there's a kind of a front end and a fin to the ship, but you know, it's really hard to tell. But you know, once again, you can see in the foreground there's a person here.
Yeah, and even the rocks on the side look like they were shaped that way specifically. And the character down here, who might be Master Chief, might not, looks like he's holding a BR, maybe a BR.
Looks like he has a weapon. I mean, it's funny because we keep on seeing a silhouette with a weapon, but there's not much to shoot, right? So you gotta
bears. You thought bears.
I was thinking space bears.
That'd be awesome.
There's a space avalanche there on the right for you. So this scene is all natural, right? So this planet is not just all big metallic structures. There's natural stalactite, crazy cave stuff going on.
I'm almost wondering if you're gonna encounter other people in this sort of area, because this looks more peaceful and less scary than the metallic structure. And the silhouette down there doesn't look like Master Chief. It doesn't look like a dude wearing a helmet. It looks like some guy standing there with a cape on, maybe.
And we should mention that this is all concept art, right? This isn't game graphics or anything. So what we're seeing is kind of the sense of scale in a lot of these shots. So we don't know if it's supposed to be Master Chief or not.
And now it gets exciting. We see some alien ships coming in and flying sharkfish.
Yes. Well, those are clearly pelicans. Destin called them sharkfish when we first looked at them, and they're human pelicans. You know, there's UNSC here, so Master Chief won't be alone. He'll have some backup at some point. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
4-player co-op.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah. UNSC. And on the ships, there's some sort of writing that doesn't look like anything Forerunner. It looks
you can
Covenant.
see it kind of towards the top left side of that first ship there. And you can see an eerie skull in the background, which is actually just
actually, the pelicans really fade into focus there, and you can tell it's a pelican ship.
Sure.
Okay, right away, these look very Covenant again.
Yeah, I think these are Covenant ships, which I'd be surprised about. I thought maybe they'd stray away from using the Covenant in the new Halo series, but yeah, this looks like straight up purple Covenant ships.
And I saw online some people were saying that they think this might be the repopulation ships they saw in Reach. We don't really know, but they look older for sure. And a big note, in the lower left-hand corner, we see 4 characters together all holding weapons. So.
Looks like a team of Marines or something. And then in the background, real quick, you can scroll back, you can see a large structure, kind of looks like a Halo. Just wanted to point that out, curving up into the sky.
Then tons of debris.
Right. So we saw this thing possibly sucking in the Forward Unto Dawn in the beginning, which is intact, but maybe this is on the other side of that, right? Maybe that big structure sucked in all this other stuff too and shredded it. You know, it looks like a fan or something that shredded it. You want to talk about your crazy crackpot theory here?
Okay, my theory is that this planet is collecting space debris like Forward Unto Dawn.
Or the structure is.
And and we've seen other ships on the planet that obviously are not Forward Unto Dawn. And I think, because we saw that organic part earlier where the trees were growing into a structure, I think they're collecting garbage and using it to rebuild, which would make sense if the Huragox, or Hugnaroks, whatever they're called.
The squids.
The squids, if they're coming in and taking stuff apart and using it to rebuild, that would be kind of an interesting take on the planet. That's a theory. That's complete theory, by the way. And then that's the end of the trailer, and we get some tones here. Very close encounters. What do you say?
I think the music is kind of emphasizing that we're about to see an alien.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Then it screams at us.
So that's hard to see, but we pieced together this neat image of it.
Yeah, and if we bring it up, this is what I pieced together and other people have, and it looks like a leg connected to an eye.